Have you ever started any projects in your life and you just got it so far and you decided to not finish it off, or just ran out of time, or any other thing came up, to prevent you from actually finishing the project? Well, this is a great example of one right here. This is a retro, or I guess you can call it a retro Alienware machine. It's a PC that I had picked up about a year ago off of Facebook, and was going to make it into basically as a restoration project. I saw it on Facebook, and I just thought, wow, that just looks amazing. And the price actually went from pretty steep down to, well, heck, actually, I think I gave him a low offer, and I typically don't try to do what you call like a low ball offer, but I saw it there for a number of weeks, and it seemed like there was nobody interested in it. I think, originally seller didn't know what was in it at all. He said he couldn't open it up, and it just turned out that the lock mechanism on the door, like, really you just had to take the side panel off, and you can get into the machine no problem. So it really wasn't a big deal at all, but I got it home. I think it was a year ago I got this, and took it all apart, cleaned it up nice, applied the thermal paste to the CPU, and actually the video card itself as well, and just gave this thing some genuine respect for the the type of hardware that was actually inside, and then shelved it. I don't know, I just kind of lost track of kind of working on it, kind of a combination of just being off work and just other priorities right at the time, actually still currently, to be completely honest. So so I just never got around to spending on it any time on this machine. But now I've got to the point where it's kind of big for my collection, and I'm just gonna sell this case. I'm gonna try to see if anybody would actually want to turn it into some kind of like a sleeper PC or something. I mean, the case itself looks totally awesome. I was even thinking, heck, I can turn it into like a NAS or something like that, but again, I just don't really have the space for it, and so I don't know, and with the case being the way it is, I didn't want it to get it marked up any more than it already has. So it would be a real shame to kind of damage it just a little bit more. But I just wanted to fire it up here and just test it out and see. Honestly, I couldn't remember what the specs were for the machine overall. So as you can see, the LEDs, the lighting in this thing works great, and I have all the like the fans and everything. I took everything out and cleaned it nicely. Again, just really giving it a good work over and making sure that everything was working properly. And when I picked it up, I was quite pleased with it, and it was by far the the nicest, more retro hardware that I had bought so far. I mean, at least at the time. I try to, when I can, just pick up like free machines, and just kind of mess around with the hardware. But as you can see, I got it booted up properly. I hadn't actually connected the front I/O or anything like that, so I just used the good old screwdriver trick to start it up. But it's a Pentium 4 3.2 gigahertz machine, and I believe it actually has 2 gigabytes of RAM in it. So it's pretty sure it's a socket 478, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty good overall specs for the time. I think around like 2005, between 2003 and 2005, I believe these machines had come out originally. So certainly high end. And then on top of that, I mean, the video card itself is actually an HD 4650, which is basically, this is a 1 gig video card. And for an AGP card, that's you know, pretty high end. I don't know if they went much higher than 1 gigabyte, but I know at some point, like, this is one of the high end models. I know there's maybe one or two steps above that in terms of the video cards released, and then they started to make PCIe versions of the same card. So I don't know if there's one. I don't know if there's a PCIe version of this card, but can certainly check that out. But it's neat to have a 1 gigabyte AGP card for my collection. I have a lot of like 256, and I might even have 512 megabyte card, and then definitely I have like some lower end ones like 128 and 64 and so on. So it's kind of neat having that card. And then in terms of sound cards, I really don't have a lot of them right now, at least for like Windows, Windows 98, Windows XP builds. But this is like a Sound Blaster Audigy 2. So my understanding is a great card, to have in your collection. And yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do to sell this case, locally, I would assume. And then I mean, if you guys like the video, just feel free to give it a thumbs up. And then if you have any suggestions for future videos, please comment down below. Be happy to hear from you. And then stay tuned. I got some more hardware on the way. I'm just gonna be going through my collection and doing some reviews and so on. So thanks a lot, and hopefully you have a great day.